competition is great for me. I can't ask for anything better.
So much as last season fueled you throughout the course of the season, preparing for this year.
It's fueled me a lot because last year was weird and it was difficult, but I don't think I did a good enough job as being the only returner, kind of pulling the guys to do better. Fate kind of intervened with my injury last year, just kind of set me behind the eight ball a little bit. But coming back, I feel like I could have been a little bit better. In that aspect, being more consistent, being more sound. But I mean, that's just how it goes. Sometimes the learning experience, the learning curve. Coming into this year, nothing's gonna really catch me by surprise. I've seen it all, so I'm just excited to really get these games going and see what we are.
Piggybacking off that, you're the OG of the bunch now. So, how much are they leaning on you? How much are you embracing being the leader of this team?
I'm embracing it a lot because it's a responsibility for them to believe in me enough to lean on me and to look at me for guidance or for help or some clarification with things. So I don't take that lightly. I would never want to steer any of my teammates in the wrong direction. If I have the answer for you, I give it to you. Shoot it straight with you, to be completely honest. And if I don't know something, I'm not going to act like I do know it just because I'm the so-called leader of the team. So with that, it takes, I take a lot of pride in that, and I don't take it lightly.
Speaking of that, where did the Indiana stuff come from? Like when it was coming out about right after the season, going into transfer stuff, like where did that come from?
I mean, you can put two and two together. I didn't announce that I was coming back, which I don't think I should have to.
Yeah.
And I'm from Indiana, so.
What kept you from going to the NBA? You're obviously, like you said, that you even want to improve your consistency when you came back, but you're still putting up like 13 and 15s coming off of an injury and everything. Like, what kept you from playing?
I just didn't feel like I was ready, but not. I didn't feel like I got all of I could have got out of college yet. I know there's a lot more I could bring to the game. I want to prove that to the NBA, to the scouts, and prove it to myself that I can be relied on every night to be a core guy, to make plays, and just impact winning. I mean, we won 9 games last year. I can't prove that I'm a winner if we only won 9 games. So that was a big thing for me, just proving to myself and the rest of the country that I can be a winning player and play well on a winning team.
Where does that come from for you? Like a lot of people would say, well, if I have the talent and I think that I can physically go play, then I'm going to go play. Where in it is you that you want to go through something?
It's the way I was brought up. My mom and dad, they raised me to, not saying me leaving for them, they would have been me quitting, but I don't think I accomplished everything I want to accomplish here. It wasn't in my cards to be one and done. It wasn't in my cards to be 2 and done. After my sophomore year, I got hurt. Had to sit out basically damn near half the season. And I don't feel like I got everything I got out of that year because the pandemic and, like I said, my injury. So I feel like me coming back this year, being healthy, being strong, I feel like I can, be special with my teammates that I have now.
I'm Angelo. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Tata said that whenever he has a question, he leans on you. Because you've dealt with Cal for 3 years. What exactly is dealing with Cal mean?
Coach Cal, he's hard on us. He's doing it because he wants you to be better. He wants to help you change your life, change your family's life. And he sees something in you that you might not always see in yourself. So it can be difficult at times. He's like, man, like he always on me, always yelling at me. But the thing that my parents always, told me, if he's not yelling at you, there's a problem, because then he's done caring. And he never gives up on us. He always cares. So it can be hard sometimes. You feel like, man, this dude is crazy. But I mean, it's all coming from a good place.
This is the most experienced group he's had coming back. How much different do you see it as, because you've been here for 3 years, you've got a few other players that's been here a couple of years now. How much different is it, and how much of a leadership role are you guys taking as far as getting everybody together?
We've been taking it in stride. We have a good core of guys that played last last year. We understand what coach wants, how to approach things, how things go on. So that's been good. And then also just having the new guys coming in, just being happy and excited to be here. So I think the mixture of what we got is something to be reckoned with, because we got different types of energy that's being brought to the team. Nobody brings exactly the same thing. It's a different dynamic that makes us really good.
How sick of last year are you hearing about last year?
I mean, I'm sick of it, but it's the reality of what it was. We weren't that good. We lost a lot of games, a lot of close games that we should have won. I mean, I'm a man. I can look in the mirror and say, hey, we didn't get it done. So until we do something else to make them talk about us in a different manner, we're gonna have to keep it.
What was the best moment last year? What was your favorite game, like the best game?
For me personally, my favorite game was my first game back against Florida. It was tough because there was a point where I didn't even know if I was going to play last year. But coming back, being out there, going out there, winning that game, I played pretty decent. That was just fun to go out there and do that.
Keion, what difference do you think all these veterans gone, or just having a veteran backcourt can make a difference?
It can make a big difference. Xavier is amazing with how he just commands the offense, defensively too. He's the head of the snake, and he does a great job of making sure everybody's involved, making sure everybody's in the right spot. If you don't have your hands up, he might hit you in the head with the ball because he's just looking to get you an open shot. And I think that's great for a point guard like that to do that. And also with Davion, when he's playing the one, he does a great job of a lot of the similar things, but different as well. Davion's a little bit bigger, so he can see over the top of some things, make some plays. And it's just good to have two guards that have some experience when they're playing the one, to make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do.
Kyle's been talking about this 4-out offense, just kind of more perimeter oriented. It feels like that fits your game a little bit more than just kind of pigeonholing you, keeping you on the block. How much do you like that?
I love it a lot. Having some freedom to move, and having to bang with these big dudes all the time, bringing them out into my world per se, in some space. It's been fun. I'm eager to get better at it. It's been an adjustment for me, but it's been extremely fun. Like just being able to run and fly around, make plays, defensively too. So it's been good for all of us, and I think we're going to be really good at it.
Cal said that you've made a huge jump. Do you think those things are tied together, that you're kind of allowed to be yourself a little bit more, or do you think it's just your own personal growth as well?
I think it's both. Me getting better and me being able to, fall back into being like who I really am as a player.
What's different about playing in non-conference games and conference games?
There's really no difference.
No, in like intense difference.
I mean, in conference, when you get deep in the conference, you see where the seeding and the standing is in conference.
Yeah.
I mean, but for the most part, we take every game like it's like we're in the middle of March.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good. The SEC is really good, but we have some great non-conference games as well that are just as intense. So, I mean, you can't take either one for granted.
What do you look forward to with a quicker pace that Cal's talking about? I mean, how does that faster pace suit you?
It suits my skill set. Being able to run, use my athleticism, shoot the ball, make plays, attack closeouts, and even defensively, getting out in passing lanes, blocking shots, using my length. The way that we're playing is the way the game is going, and I feel like I fit in that. I just got to continue to get better at things that the coaches are asking of me, because I know they're asking me for a reason, and they've done a great job of putting me in positions to be successful.
Two last things. Your dad just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Could he still give you buckets? And just kind of how proud are you of him for kind of seeing all of his past accomplishments being honored?
No, he cannot give me buckets anymore. He's too old. But he can still play though. He can really still play. play. But it's surreal to see that my father is inducted into the Hall of Fame. I wish I could have been there to celebrate that with him. It's just so dope to they say that's my dad, and he's doing that. He's been honored for something like that. It's just, like I said, I really can't explain it. I'm just super happy and excited for him, and I just wish I was there to celebrate it with him. But it's been dope, and I can't ask for a better father.
And who is the best hooper among all media members?
It's you. Come on. Didn't we win a championship together? Of
course.
We did. So.
We'll provide a scouting report for me.
Okay. When you're playing against Jack, you got to be physical. He's gonna clean up the glass. He's finishing around the rim. You got a jumper too. You didn't shoot as much as I would like you to shoot it, but you got a nice jumper. And you're a great teammate, man. Nobody is a better teammate than you.